back to Timid Podcast, the podcast that's always here to talk about and appreciate literature in a fun and meaningful way.
So happy to be back on Timid Podcast. Angel, this is our fifth episode and we have such cool and unique title for today's episode.
For real? What's the title, Sonia?
Celebrating diversity and uniqueness.
Wow, that's such a catchy and meaningful line, Sonia.
Of course, Angel.
So, what does the title really mean?
It's about how we should embrace differences and love ourselves for who we are.
That's so deep. Plus, differences are what make us unique.
Exactly, Angel. In this episode, we're going to dive into an amazing picture book called You're Not Small by Anna Kang.
This book isn't just fun for kids, Sonia, but it also teaches us the importance of celebrating diversity and uniqueness.
Totally. This book is so relevant for us to talk about today. We will dig deeper into the themes of diversity and how we can appreciate differences.
And of course, we're not doing this alone, Sonia. We've got some special guests with us who are super excited to share their thoughts on this book. Let's give a warm welcome to Sades, Mia, Dinda, Kayla, Mario, and Cahya.
We are so excited to chat with you all and unpack the deeper meaning behind this simple yet powerful story. So, make sure to stick with us till the end. It's going to be awesome.
Alright, enough of the intro. Let's get into it and start talking about the book.
So, let's dive in.
Okay, so first question, I will ask to Kasia about plot summary. Can you briefly describe the story and the conflict between the characters?
Okay, no, thank you for asking me. This is one kind of picture books by Anna Kang and illustrated by Christopher Weyan, which tells the story about body size. I think this issue is not as simple as seen, but because it can be a sensitive issue for some people, right? Especially for girls and for women, because it talks about the size, body size. That's it. That they are. It tells the story about two bears, which is the purple bears and also the brown bears, with two different body size, and they keep arguing about their body size and also each other.
They're like mocking each other, right?
Yeah.
The second question, how do humor and the twist at the end make the story engaging?
Talk about the humor and the twist. Walaupun ceritanya tuh agak sensitif ya isunya, tapi menurutku tetap ada humornya, apalagi tujuan dari picture book ini kan dibaca untuk anak-anak. Iya, jadi humornya tuh tetap ada, muncul di visualnya, gimana karakter-karakternya tuh lucu ya kalau dilihatin sama anak-anak, apalagi kalau misalnya dibacain sama papanya, mamanya, mungkin dari gaya ceritanya tuh bisa dibawain dengan lucu, walaupun sebenarnya kalau dibacanya sama adult itu ya isunya agak sensitif sih, kayak while they are arguing about their body size, tiba-tiba boom gitu kan datang, ternyata ada nih yang lebih kecil sama yang lebih besar ya, terus kan udah akhirnya mereka nyadar, they realize ternyata dia tuh nggak kecil karena ada yang lebih kecil, dan dia tuh nggak besar karena there's a bigger one than him gitu.
Menurut kamu yang bigger one itu apa sih sebenarnya, itu manusia atau apa? Kecil kan kaki itu apa sih?
Giant nggak sih?
Giant. Now let's move to Sudes. Let's talk about the theme and moral lessons. So, what is the main message of the story about accepting differences?
Thank you for the question, Sonia. The main theme in this story is classic theme about rich or poor, high and low, or maybe me and this bottle Yakult. The size difference between me and her.
Can you stand up? Can you stand up?
Stand up. Nah, it's you small. You small lagi, jawab lagi.
You're big.
You small. You
You're
small.
big.
Terus lanjut,
You're
lanjut.
big.
You small. Nah, gitu ceritanya. Walaupun it's just kinda simple thing, but it's bring impact to the more people, you know, because when you're children, you didn't think about anything. You just say what you want to say. Like it just kind of offended to other people, but it's just a children, right? So when you're older, you realize that the size differences is just the matter of fate. Everything is just about perspective.
Moral lessons yang bisa diambil untuk children itu kita don't judge.
By its cover.
Buat
Kan itu covernya ya. Saya itu kan covernya, dia kan nggak tahu hatinya kan.
speak up.
So what is your argument about that? Ya oke lah.
Jadi untuk anak-anak itu kita nggak boleh kayak membeda-bedakan gitu ya,
Yeah.
membeda-bedakan bentuk fisik, ciri fisik seorang itu, semua itu sama, nggak ada yang kayak gue lebih besar, lo lebih kecil, gitu ya. The second question is how can the lesson from this book be applied to children's everyday life?
I think every children have their own thought about this maybe. But this simple story can make the children understand better, you know, because the simple thing, the simple story, just the simple dialogue, make the children easier to understand the story. So maybe they can apply in their social life. Simply kayak gitulah. Kan ini simple banget. Mau digimana lagi?
Iya.
Tinggal dilihat dong, lebih small,
Plus visualnya itu juga udah describe banget ya.
Udah menggambarkan banget walaupun dengan visual yang sesimpel itu.
Iya, jadi anak-anak yang belum bisa membaca pun udah paham ini tuh what the meaning of this book gitu ya. Sebelumnya pernah punya pengalaman nggak? Kan lu nih mengaku lo tinggi banget nih. Lu punya pengalaman ya waktu dulu di sekolah gitu, lu kayak
Paling tinggi itu cuma disuruh hidupin lampu, nah itu. Jadi kalian jangan berharap tinggi itu enak ya teman-teman ya. Tinggi kalian bisa jadi tukang ganti lampu segala macam. Itu minusnya. Jadi jangan insecure sama yang tinggi, karena ada kelebihan dan kekurangan.
terus kalau kelebihannya yang imut-imut apa nih?
Ada kelebihan. Ini kayak layan sini.
Kalau yang imut itu yang udah dibawa ya. Oh iya, awet muda.
Makanya orang kerjanya masih TK katanya ya.
Ya, thank you, Sedes.
To Kamario about broader implications and adaptability. Can this book be adapted for different age groups?
Exactly. Yeah, it's right. It can be adapted for a different age group. For children, its illustration maybe showing about the differences about this. Tall, big, small, yeah. Can be a simple lesson for the children, but for older children's, yeah, the children like adult, yeah, it can be spark deeper discussion about tolerance, perspective, and the importance of empathy. It's like in every sky there is another sky.
Di atas langit masih ada lagi.
Oke, jadi intinya mungkin kalau untuk diri sendiri, satu, kayak percayaan diri, membangun kepercayaan diri, dan kita tuh punya empati terhadap orang lain supaya kita tuh nggak saling menjudge. Iya, betul, like that. Terus kalau misalkan mungkin pelajaran untuk untuk ke orang lain ya saling menghargai. The last question is, do you think the story has potential for sequels or other media adaptations?
Yes. For this short story, there is a big potential for a sequel and another media adaptation. Shut up. The story has great potential for sequel and adaptation in another media. It means like you can adapt it by comics, anime, maybe it can be to drama Korea, right? Because about the differences, it's a big topic. If you can put it into another story, film, and anything. Dia cerita tentang perbedaan, jadi semua bisa dibicarakan. Karena ini terjadi dalam setiap aspek kehidupan. Jadi kita ya, jangan selalu menjadi kembali guys. Oke. Ini sumbernya? Wah, ini saya belajar sendiri kan. Jurnal.
Okay, thank you Kak Mario. Okay, so next question about illustrations and visual style to Kak Kaya. What makes Christopher Wayans illustrators a good fit for the story?
Okay, thank you for the question, Kak Angel. So the illustrations by Christopher Wayans perfectly complement of the story because the simplicity.
Pelan-pelan cepet banget.
cepet banget.
So the illustrations by Christopher Wayans perfectly complement of the story because the simplicity.
Impolite.
Senyum karya.
Mohan Mafia.
Kayak meskipun mereka pakai gambar yang sederhana atau pakai pemilihan warna yang sederhana, tapi mudah dipahami oleh anak-anak kecil.
Karena emang tadi yang udah dibilang sama Kak Sonia, kalau misalkan tuh dari gambar aja tuh anak-anak yang belum bisa baca tuh udah ngerti, udah paham, karena memang diilustrasikannya tuh udah benar-benar sangat jelas banget gitu.
Pemilihan warnanya juga kontras banget kan antara karakter yang satu sama karakter yang lainnya.
Jadi sehingga anak tuh bisa membedakan. Atau si Ungu yang
Kecil.
Yes. The second question is, how do the visuals add humor and emotion to the book?
Assalamualaikum.
Wayans' illustrations show funny facial expression and body movement that make the story come alive. Kayak kemarin kan aku udah coba bacain untuk anak-anak ya, anak-anak tuh, dan aku coba ceritain pas bagiannya I'm big, no you're big, you're small. Nah itu tuh mereka kayak ketawa dulu ketawanya. Terus pas saya tunjukin gini, oh miss ternyata itu tuh kesel ya miss gitu. Oh ternyata tuh kita nggak boleh bedain ya miss. Yang sebelumnya mereka tuh ada namanya Haidar ini tinggi besar, nah si Cia ini kecil. Oh berarti kita nggak boleh gitu Haidar. Iya karena Zizi ada yang lebih kecil dari Cia gitu. Oh ternyata ada lebih tinggi dari Haidar. Itu Putri. Oh iya kita nggak boleh gitu ya. Haidar sendiri yang bilang gitu. Jadi langsung efek ke anak-anak ya. Iya betul. Karena sebelum mau ini coba dipraktekin dulu kan Haidar.
Jadi anak juga lebih ngerti ya apa yang, karena kan langsung ditunjukin sama Kak Kaya.
Iya. Keren banget sih yang buat ilustrasinya. Mereka kayak paham banget sama anak-anak gitu. Mereka sih dia. Now let's move on to the our little Miss Indonesia. Let's talk about the impact on young readers. So, how have the children and educators responded to the book?
Thank you for asking me, Kak Sonia. Based on what I read, I think the children have a positive response for the short story because when they read the short story, they can enjoy because the story is so simple and especially when the dialogue, when the character is comparing between who is big and who is small. So I think in the story is can bisa connected to their daily life karena kan biasanya di aktivitas mereka suka ada comparing ini ya, dia kecil dia besar kayak tadi Kak Laila bilang gitu. Dan selain itu untuk educators juga mereka memanfaatkan itu kan untuk untuk memberikan ke anak-anaknya kayak Kak Laila tadi, because in this short story has an important value, kayak ada bisa mengajarkan empati untuk anak-anak, terus keberagaman dan untuk kepercayaan diri.
Betul banget sih. Untuk educators juga ini buku ini berguna banget untuk jadi sarana mereka anak-anak kecil.
Iya. Selain itu juga bisa jadi ini kan mengajarkan buat improving vocabulary-nya juga ke anak-anak.
Kalian pasti kalian pernah mainin ini. Ini sebenarnya permainan yang enggak banget. Ini pasti kalian pernah kayak gini. Yang biasa kan tuh pakai baju dress code dekat. Itu nggak boleh banget ya. Itu untuk daily life-nya tuh kayak gitu contoh nyata dari anak kecil. So, next question is, are there any memorable stories from readers about their experience with the book?
I think it is so many memorable from the book because there are many interesting story in the book. For example, kayak orang tua yang share, yang menceritakan itu kepada anaknya itu kan bisa help them to to understand, bisa membantu mereka itu untuk memulai percakapan yang lebih dalam tentang kepercayaan diri untuk anak-anaknya kayak gitu. Terus seperti apa yang aku baca di website itu ada orang yang merespon tentang buku itu, he saying the book looks like simple but it has important values gitu. Dia bilang we are all different, tapi kita harus menghargai, harus menerima perbedaan itu semua gitu. Jadi bukunya itu juga mengatakan the book is about standing up for ourselves, untuk kepercayaan diri, dan kita nggak boleh malu dengan perbedaan-perbedaan itu.
Iya, karena yang kayak tadi Kak Sudes udah bilang ya, kelebihan diberi ada kelebihan ada kekurangan. Thank you Kak Dinda.
Mungkin dari cerita ini ada nggak sih, do you have any personal experience from your daily life gitu?
Kalau yang kayak misalkan ini nih dia kecil nih gitu, mungkin masih cuman kayak misalkan nih Dina kan kecil, Dina di depan nih kayak gitu.
Kalau aku sih kadang suka naik motor berdua sama teman kan. Terus tuh pas gajurukan itu kadang suka mentok kan tuh, mentok tanggulan, gajurukan, mentok motornya. Terus temanku kan lebih kecil size dari aku ya. Dan itu langsung, wah gajah di belakang nih.
Aku malah nggak dipercaya. Serius bisa naik motor, serius bisa bawa motor nih.
Kalau dari aku sih mungkin aku dari kakakku sih. Kakakku itu kan aku 3 bersaudara. Kakakku sama-sama cewek. Cuman disangkanya tuh aku anak pertama karena aku badannya paling gede daripada kakakku. Ini kakaknya yang pertama ya langsung ke aku, coba ya, enggak bukan gitu. Karena emang body aku, badan aku juga lebih gede daripada kakak.
Ya sama kayak gitu. Bosan ya?
Karena awalnya tuh mungkin jokes ya, tapi kalau misalkan lagi perasaan kita lagi males tuh iya apa sih iya. Thank you to Kak Sudes, Mia, Dinda, Kayla, Mario, and Cahya, and of course all of you for tuning into today's podcast episode.
Today, we have explored an amazing book called You're Not Small by Anna Kang. The book You're Not Small by Anna Kang celebrates the unique qualities and strengths of children, reminding them that being small doesn't mean they're insignificant. It encourages them to embrace their size and see it as an advantage, allowing them to explore the world with wonder and curiosity.
The book emphasizes the messages are first, small can be mighty. Children are powerful and capable in their own way, even if they are small in stature. Second, embrace your individuality. Each child is unique and special, with their own talents and perspectives to share. Third, don't be afraid to explore. The world is a big and exciting place, and children should embrace the opportunity to discover it. Fourth, big things can come from small begins. Even small actions can have a big impact on the world.
Through playful rhymes and vibrant illustrations, You're Not Small encourages children to believe in themselves and their potential, regardless of their size.
That's true. Hopefully, this episode gives us all a fresh perspective on enjoying literary works.
See ya in the next episode, where we will dive into another exciting topic that serves to expand our horizons.
I'm Angelica.
And I'm Sonia.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming episodes.
Catch you next time!